Good morning, gang. Happy Saturday morning. It's quarter after 6. They're about sun's just coming up. Just got the pump in the stream. Get the water flowing to the pond again. Keep going and going. Eventually, I'll have the whole bottom covered. Yeah, it's mornings like this that are nice. Besides the fact that it's beautiful outside, listen to the birds or do whatever. But there isn't any crazy news over the night. There's nothing that I need to figure out how this is going to affect. It's like, you wake up one morning, you have a cup of coffee, and it's like, okay, the world's the same as I left it last night when I went to bed. Good. Who knows if that changes an hour from now, but, regardless. But it gets me thinking sometimes. It's like, why do we do this? Why do we prep? It obviously not everybody does. I mean, y'all can tell me War and Peace or Moby Dick worth of stories of people that think, oh, this is a waste of time, whatever. But it's the what if, and it's the feeling in here going, okay, if something goes to shit, I'm gonna be okay. My parents are gonna be okay. Or my kids are going to be okay. My wife is going to be okay. My husband is going to be okay. That's why we do this. It's the funny thing is, I hear all the stories about, oh, they're hoarders, oh, they're crazy people, whatever it is. And prepping is actually, in some ways, a selfless act. Unlike the world in which we live in, where it's all me, 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 what can I get from me? How does this affect me? Blah, blah, blah. For preppers, a lot of what we do is, how does this affect me? But how is what I'm doing going to help somebody else too? And, I'll give you some examples. We talk about a mutual assistance group, a MAG, okay? That's not just what other people can do for you, that's also what you can do for other people. Think about that. That's not really commonplace in the world anymore. The only way anybody's going to do something for you is if you pay them. Okay, you know, when's the last time you've seen a non-prepper, for the most part, volunteer to do something, to go out of their way to help somebody else? You don't really. Okay, I've said many times about the story of the difference between living in Boston and living in Salt Lake City. You get a flat tire on the road in Boston, and you know there's 50 cars doing this to you as they drive by because you're blocking their way. You get a flat tire in Salt Lake City, and there's 50 cars that stop to see if they can help. Okay, what's the difference of the two? Okay, you could say liberal conservative, but you could say non-preppers, and yes, I understand there's some in mass. Okay, but Mormons are very strong preppers. Okay, they help other people. You think about stuff that we've done, stuff that you guys have done. All right, look at the seed exchange that's still going on somewhere. I mean, now at this point, we're talking about planting seeds for next year. Uh, but how many people got excited to be in that? We had to start, what, 7 boxes? Because people were excited to maybe get something for themselves, but how they could share something they had with somebody else. How many of you guys have said, I have extra seeds, I have extra this, can you help me get it out to the community? Information, whatever it would be. This is what, I mean, you guys give of yourself immensely. Preppers just do that. That's kind of who we are. Many stories, nobody in my house believes in what I'm doing, but I keep putting it away. But I guarantee you're not just putting it away for you, you're putting it away for all the non-believers in your house. Giving of yourself. I mean, I think of people I know around here. I mean, in real life, people, okay? And two lady homesteaders or mountaintop preps or stuff like that that I interact with on a regular basis. I mean, other people in my neighborhood too that aren't on the channel. Uh, but you know how we do things for each other. We almost don't have to be asked. It's like you look at somebody has a problem. It's like I've got a solution. Hey, I've got extra of these. Do you need some of these? You know, that's just what we do, and it's something y'all should feel really proud of yourself for because we are the exception to the rest of the human race. You know, the rest of the human race has become extremely narcissistic in the last 20 or 30 years. Like I said, it's all me, 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 me. And we're a lot more us, 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 us. And I mean, I don't care if you look at Pastor Joe Fox or you look at Prepared Homestead and the stuff that he does, Bear Independent and the stuff that he does. I mean, you know, you start looking at these different groups and how they give back. Look at Angry Prepper, all right? He went out to Kentucky. He went down to Washington, D.C., okay? Nobody paid him to do it. Nobody reimbursed him to do it. He just went and did it. Joined up with Bear in Kentucky or, you know, went on his own dime to Washington, D.C., to do these things, to help other people, to get you guys information in the case of DC, whatever it would be. That's what we do. And when you stop and think, because we all have it, it's like, what am I doing? This, you know, this is extremely time consuming. This gets extremely expensive as things are going on. And stop and think of how you are affecting other people's lives. Most of it for the positive. They may think you're crazy, but it doesn't affect them negatively. But in that situation where the power goes out, the grocery store is closed, the snow is too high, and the roads are blocked, and you can't get out for 3 days or whatever it is. Prices are too expensive. There's nothing to be found, whatever. Those people will suddenly appreciate what you did. We don't do this for glory or anything. We do this because we are good people at heart that want to work hard, that want to provide for our families, that want to provide for ourselves. Okay, of course, right in the middle of that, it's got to be one of those things where the the phone says it's time to do an update. You know, can't do it at 2 o'clock in the morning, but you know, I just wanted to remind everybody the reason that we do this is because we are good people. We're not crazy. We think of others. We don't try to force our beliefs on anybody else. We may talk about our beliefs quite often, okay? But I'm not demanding somebody else think like I do. All I demand, like most of you guys, is just be respectful. We can disagree. That's totally acceptable. We don't need to be rude about it. Okay? I know everybody will say, well, gee, you know, you're not exactly polite to liberals. Well, no, I'm not, okay? Because they make my blood boil. Because it's just stupidity knows no bounds. But, you know, I've said many times, you can be a liberal. That's fine. Just don't expect me to agree with you. That's it. There's nothing you're going to say that I support. But this is the whole thing, guys. Just on this no news Saturday morning, just remember, you're doing this out of the goodness of your heart with the Lord's blessing at his request to help other people. Because that day will come that your pantry is going to be needed, whether it's a full-blown balloon goes up worldwide SHTF, or whether it's a little household one. And you're going to be damn happy that you did everything now to prepare for tomorrow. Enjoy your Saturday. Pinball out.